Hi, this is Dr. Rochelle Suri and welcome to Rochelle Break Free. This is where we try and address your personal issues and problems and empower you to face them. So for any issues that are limiting you or holding you back, please write to us and subscribe to this channel and we will try to find a workable solution for you. So this letter is written by Susan, who says that I have an 8-year-old daughter and a few days back she told me about the sexual harassment she's facing from my brother-in-law in my absence. She told me he touches her in horrible ways at weird places and even threatens her. He had even asked her to take off her pants once, and all this happens when no one is around or when my daughter is alone in her room. What should I do, doctor? Thanks for your help, Susan. Alright, so Susan and everyone else who's watching, this is a clear sign of child sexual abuse. Like I said, a phenomena that is widespread in India and across the globe. Child sexual abuse happens, in families, physically, and it also happens over the internet. It's a virus, it's a disease, I must say. And this obviously is a vast topic and has several implications which cannot all be covered in this segment, but I will share with you the must-dos in this particular situation. So the first thing, Susan, is to take your daughter to a doctor and ensure that she is medically safe. If there was any kind of penetration, please get her checked by a female gynecologist or a doctor to ensure that she has no physical damage to her genitalia. It is very important to speak to immediate family members who are related to your brother-in-law. You may want to confide in your husband or your in-laws and see the best way in which to confront your brother-in-law. Now, Susan, remember, if the family is supportive, and even if they are not, you have a right to file a report at your local police station so that the perpetrator will be taken to task and not repeat the child sexual abuse with other children. This is really your, I think, your responsibility to your child, and also, as a civilian, to make a report to the police. As far as your daughter is concerned, please have her sleep in your room for some time to help her feel secure and reassured. Okay, so because right now she's going to feel completely alone. She might even feel a little shaky. So it's important to just help her feel secure and comfortable in her own home. Do not leave her alone at all, even with other known male relatives or family friends. She needs to start regaining her confidence. So it is also important that you do not make a very big deal about the abusive events or place a lot of emphasis on these incidents. That does not mean that you ignore it either, okay? So Susan, please talk to her and explain to her how and why her uncle's actions are inappropriate and should never be repeated, either by him or by anyone else for that matter. Teach her how to say no and to assert herself, and report any unusual behavior or incidents to you. Finally, Susan, over the next few weeks of this incident, it is important to see if your child is experiencing any unusual behaviors or physical uneasiness. She may be more hypervigilant, have nightmares, and maybe even emotionally and physically clingy, perhaps even daydreaming a lot more, or unable to suddenly concentrate on her studies. If that is the case, please take her to a clinical psychologist who will help her deal with the trauma. Do not ignore or downplay any such symptoms. These are some of the significant points that just have to be addressed, Susan. They cannot be ignored. Like I said, this is a very vast topic. There are other implications to this, legal, psychological, physical, even social and family, which have to be addressed, I would say, preferably with a therapist or a counselor. So please ensure that you do seek professional help. Child sexual abuse, again, is not something that should be ignored or downplayed. That's very, very important to keep in mind. So I hope that this information will help you take the steps that you need to, and for others who are also dealing with this widespread phenomena, please do not be passive about this. Reach out to us if you need any kind of help or other information, and remember that this program was brought to you by Rochelle and One Network.